Hey everyone, it's October 13th, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share it with Canadian multiple murderer Evelyn Dick, known for the murder and mutilation of her husband and infant son in the 1940s. And that is her right up there. Born in 1920 near Niagara Falls, Dick's family moved to Hamilton, Ontario when she was 1. Her alcoholic father worked as a streetcar conductor, which combined with her mother's volatile temperament to cause a chaotic upbringing for Dick. She didn't have many friends, and her parents thought she was too fragile to go out and play, so they kept her home. Her father had moved on to an office position by the time she was a teen, and he began embezzling funds from work, giving large amounts of it to his daughter. She began hobnobbing with the wealthy set in town, throwing parties and buying her way into high society. Being considered quite beautiful, older men took an interest in her, taking her on frequent trips and lavishing her with gifts. When she was 22, she had a daughter, which was cause for a scandal in 1942. She claimed to be married to a man who was overseas and in the war, but no such man ever existed. The next summer, she suffered a stillbirth and in 1944 had a son. The fathers of these children were never revealed, if she even knew who they were. She probably needed Maury Povich. In 1945, she married John Dick, shocking her parents who had never even heard of the man. The next year, a group of children discovered what they thought was a dead pig that had its head chopped off. When they told adults, it was discovered to be the torso of a man who was missing his arms, legs, and head. After some work, the police identified the man as John Dick. Their marriage had fallen apart rather quickly when she discovered he wasn't as wealthy as she thought, and Mr. Dick threatened to reveal her family's embezzlement. She'd been carrying on affairs throughout their brief nuptials, and when police interviewed her, she claimed that an Italian hitman had come to their door looking for her husband, saying that her husband had been sleeping with his wife and that he was going to fix him. But when her husband went missing, Dick borrowed a car from a friend that she returned with blood-stained seats. She claimed her daughter had cut herself, but investigators tested the blood and it matched that of her husband. They then found a trunk in her attic filled with cement encasing the remains of her young son. She now said that a lover had killed the baby and her husband. When bloody evidence was found in the basement of her father's home, Dick, her father, and her lover were all charged with the murder of John Dick. She was convicted and sentenced to hang, though it seems likely that she helped her father and her lover to commit the act rather than do it all herself. On appeal, her statements to the police were thrown out and her conviction overturned, being found not guilty at her second trial. She refused to testify against her lover, so he also walked free, and her father was sentenced to only 5 years. Dick was then tried for the murder of her son, for which she was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to life. She was paroled and set free in 1958 and received a pardon in 1985, but remained out of the public eye. Dick is the subject of a children's rhyme heard on schoolyards across Canada. You cut off his legs, you cut off his arms, you cut off his head. How could you, Mrs. Dick? How could you, Mrs. Dick? If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Evelyn Dick, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.